The skin is skinning, okay. Alright, you guys, so welcome back to my channel, to my page. I need to switch up the beginning, y'all, but I don't know what else to say. But regardless, I wanted to go ahead and do a full face of Fenty Beauty for my girl Riri, okay? Since she'll be performing in the Super Bowl, I thought it'd be super fun to just do a one brand tutorial on all her products. And do y'all see this face? Like, do you see how it turned out? Okay, obsessed. But this tutorial is honestly super easy, you guys, and I do believe y'all probably have most of these products already in your collection. Okay, who doesn't have a lot of Fenty products at this point? So yes, it should be very easy to follow. And of course, if you want to see how I got this face, make sure you go ahead and, you know, like and subscribe. Of course, go ahead and show some love, and let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so I am super excited to do this. I know it's early in the morning, so my voice right now is a little bit deep, but I am super excited to do a one brand tutorial on Fenty. I feel like it's been a minute, okay? But I have a couple of her products that, you know, I really don't use a lot on my channel. I'm not sure why. So I was like, let me just go ahead and do a tutorial for you guys to show you guys everything on my face and what it looks like, okay? So first things first, I gotta go ahead and color correct. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix in the shade Pumpkin 13. I don't know where the cap went, but this is gonna help me color correct my face and all my dark marks and things like that. So let me apply some. And it's super pigmented, you guys. Like, it is super orange. I'm not sure if y'all can see that on camera. So a little bit does go a long way. And I just tap this into the skin. And what I like about it is it's kind of like lightweight. It's not like heavy or too thick. It's super lightweight. So I'm just gonna pounce this into the areas that I need to cover. And I feel like nowadays nobody color corrects. Nobody does it anymore. So I feel like I'm just still doing it because I'm used to it. But maybe I don't need it. I don't know, y'all. But I just feel like when I don't do it, my makeup doesn't look the same. So that's why I keep on doing it. And I don't like to forget the under eyes. I'm just gonna tap some onto the under eyes and then just blend it out with the brush ever so lightly. But I will say, ever since I've been consistent with, you know, applying under eye cream every single night, my dark circles aren't as dark anymore. So I'm telling you, I feel like dark circles are either genetic, or you don't get enough sleep, or you don't hydrate the under eyes. So definitely, you know, find a good under eye cream that works for you and see if that helps. But I just like to still put the, you know, orange concealer underneath there just to brighten the area. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to foundation. I do have the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint in the shade 20. This is my favorite skin product of hers. I feel like the formula, the way it sits on the skin, is perfect, especially if you do have oily skin. This one's my favorite, okay? And it matches me perfectly around this time of the year. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this, and using my sponge, I'm just gonna tap this into the skin. And I feel like it's so much better. Like, I love her original foundation, don't get me wrong, but I feel like this is really like the OG, like, top product, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this and blend it all over. And even though it's a blurred skin tint, you guys, I feel like it gives a lot of coverage, more than you think. So if you haven't tried this, definitely go ahead and do so. I think you'll be surprised. And taking some onto the forehead, we're gonna blend that in, okay? And I feel like when it comes to the forehead, I'm just like everybody else nowadays. Like, I don't apply too much product on my forehead anymore, because you do go in with bronzer and contour and all that stuff. So I don't really feel the need to go heavy on the forehead. So I get it now. But yeah, y'all can just see how natural this looks on the face. So let me go ahead and blend the rest of it out. So I'm really loving, you guys, the skin right now. It literally looks like my skin but better. That's why I love the blurring skin tint, and I really need to wear it more. I be forgetting, y'all. Like when you have too much makeup, you always forget what you have in your collection. So I'm actually gonna use the Fenty Beauty matchstick in the shade Espresso to add some color to my face. I like to do this before I apply concealer. I don't know why, it's just something I've always done. So I'm gonna take this above my cheekbones and some on my forehead. And I'm pretty sure she came out with new colors, so I probably have to check that out. But I've literally had this same one since it first came out, which is so crazy. But it lasts forever. So I'm gonna take my sponge and just blend this into the skin. And then it's probably better with a brush, honestly, but I just love me a sponge, okay? And I'm probably gonna go in with just a little bit more because I do want a little bit more color on my face. I'm gonna apply this and then blend it out again. Yeah, I think with 2 layers, it looks a lot better. Like y'all just see the bronziness, okay? All right, matchstick. I be forgetting, y'all. I'm telling you, I be forgetting what I have in my collection, but that just looks so beautiful on the skin. And I know she also has a cream bronzer, which I believe I used in the past, but the color that I used had like a gray undertone to it. And I really didn't love it, y'all. Like the undertone was just off for me. But I think she has new shades, so I probably need to go ahead and try that out. But I just feel like the matchsticks, if you have oily skin, this is just a better option just because it will stay on all day and it doesn't move. So really recommend this. But if you do have the cream bronzer, let me know if you like that now, because I may go ahead and check it out. Now, next up is concealer. I do have the Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 410, okay? This has like a gel-like consistency to it. I really do like it, but I just need to get a new one, y'all. Like I've had the same concealer since I first got it, which is crazy, okay? It's probably old. But we're gonna take this and I kind of apply a good amount in the inner corner and just let it sit there for a second before I blend it out. So we're gonna apply that to the other eye and then my forehead and all that good stuff. So while that's sitting there, I'm gonna get my powder ready. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in the shade Honey. Now this powder, I still don't know how I feel about it because every time I use it, I'm like it's good at mattifying my under eyes because I am oily, but it's a little bit too mattifying. It's a little bit too dry, you know what I'm saying? But regardless, we're gonna go ahead and use this. This is a great powder for your face. If you don't want it to move at all, this powder is great. But for my under eyes, I feel like it's a little bit too heavy. But we're gonna use this. And then also, I think she might have like a more yellow powder because this one is more of like a beigey color. So sometimes it just looks a little bit, you know, I don't know, underneath my eyes, but we'll try it out. I always love how the concealer looks. You guys know like my favorite concealer. If you watch my videos all the time, you already know my favorite concealer. So I be forgetting to use other ones, but this one always looks good on the face. That blended so easily into the skin, okay? Now let's blend out the concealer underneath the eye. And I just love how everything is melting into my skin today. Like, I don't know if y'all are seeing this. Like, my base looks really, really good right now, okay? So I like to do one eye at a time so I can go ahead and set it. So taking my little puff right here, I'm gonna grab some of the powder. We're gonna blow away most of it. That way it's not too heavy, okay? And then we're gonna take this and just set everything like so. So looking closer, I do feel like it's still a little bit heavy, you know, under eyes, but it looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like right here, it accentuates like, you know, the little bit of wrinkles I have right there. But the rest of the under eyes, like right here, it looks flawless. So it's just like one of those things, like, I don't know how to feel, but I'm just gonna use a little bit, not too much, and just set one more time. But one thing I will say about this powder that I love is when it comes to baking like the side of your nose, I feel like it does what it needs to do. Like it really just sets the sides of it. That way when you go ahead and contour, it will stand out even more. So I love it for that, okay? The under eyes, I don't know how I feel, but I still think it looks flawless, okay? So let me go ahead and set the rest of my face. All right, so now I want to go ahead and set my face. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation in the shade 420. I love using powder foundations on top of liquid foundation. I feel like the coverage, just how smooth and flawless everything looks is always just, you know, chef kiss. So let me go ahead and set my face using this powder. And you really don't need too much, but I'm going to focus on the areas that I have a lot of dark marks and just really go in there, okay? And I keep forgetting that when it comes to this powder, I needed to go a shade down because for some reason, like it looks like my color in here, but then when I go ahead and apply it on my face, it has like a reddish undertone. It's so weird. But I love the coverage that it gives. I just remember now that I picked the wrong shade. So I just never went back to get 410. But it's all good. I'm just going to take this and just set everything all over. All right, so next up is bronzer. I feel like I really don't need it because I contoured so much. But I do have the Fenty Beauty Coconutty bronzer. I used to like die by this. Like it was my favorite. How do I live and die? Hold up. But I used to do that. Honestly, I swear I love this powder so much. But I just realized I really don't have much in here. I got these little pebbles. So I'm gonna go ahead and break that up into like little dusts. That way I can use some of it onto my face. But I really just don't even need that much, y'all, because the Match Stick gave me everything I needed. So I'm just gonna take some of this all over and then some on the forehead. Now y'all know I love blush, especially Fenty blushes. I feel like they're so good, especially their cream blushes. So I do have a throwback, okay, that I used to use all the time. And this is the very first one that I actually got still. And this is their Cheeks Out Cream Blush in the shade Rose Latte. This was my favorite, y'all. Like I lived for this, okay? It was so pretty on the cheeks. But in case you don't remember what this looks like, look at this color. It's like a pinky brownie, a little bit of orange in their color. It's just so pretty to me, you guys, especially on the cheeks. It is stunning. So I'm gonna take my sponge and go in here and slowly build this up, okay? But it just kind of fits right into my skin, which I really like. So y'all will see me slowly build that up. So I don't know if y'all can tell the difference between this side and this side, okay? But y'all can see it's not a dramatic blush at all, but it just adds a little bit of something to the cheeks, okay? Love it. So now moving on to highlighter, okay? I don't have their Killawatt highlighter. I never got one. I'm not sure why, but I do have their Cheeks Out Fuego Flush. Wow, that was like a tongue twister. Fuego Flush Blush, okay? And this is like a sparkly, clear, orangey blush. So this honestly, on my skin tone, looks like a highlighter. I love the way it just sits on the cheeks. So let's go ahead and grab this and just take a little bit of it onto the high points of my face. I'll show you guys what that looks like, okay? So just taking this, we're gonna tap it right here. And it's so beautiful because it has like that golden base to it. I don't know if y'all are seeing that. It's so subtle, but like in person, it is beautiful, okay? Just gonna take this right there and blend that right in. I think it looks so pretty. And then some on my nose, just a little bit. And I really don't know why I always do this step, because y'all, I'm oily, so my nose is gonna get shiny regardless, okay? But still, I like the way it looks. And then we're gonna take this onto the other side, of course. So last but not least is the lips, of course. I already went ahead and lined my lips. But for the lip gloss, I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Cream Gloss in the shade Honey Waffles, y'all. When I tell you, this one looks so stunning, especially in chocolate skin. I'm not gonna lie, it looks so good, okay? It has like hints of orange in there, brown, a little bit of yellow. It just looks so freaking good, you guys, okay? So let me go ahead and apply this to like the center of my lips, and y'all will see exactly what I mean, okay? You're gonna take this all over. When I tell you guys, I am completely obsessed with this makeup, okay? I know it's super natural and things like that, but I just think it looks so stunning. The lips, the cheeks, all of that, everything just turned out so good. Even my base, you guys, like, I'm obsessed, okay? So I have to go ahead and honor Riri since she's performing in the Super Bowl and do a full face for you guys. So I really do hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know your thoughts on it, okay? You can probably go ahead and wear this face, you know, to any Super Bowl parties that you're going to on Sunday as well. I mean, I honestly would, because this looks so good. All right, what? But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. But before you do leave, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.